Good morning, everyone. It's freaking Monday, so it's time for the Monday recap, where we will go over the various YieldMax funds and see how we doing headed into this week, where we stand, this, that, the other thing. But before that, someone was just asking me in the chat where they could find the how to understand the YieldMax fund in general. So it made me think about doing maybe a shameless plug, since I haven't really talked about this. But in the description of any video, if you go like under more, it'll show you obviously the description, and then underneath that I have a couple videos which I think could be of use to people. So I just wanted to let you guys know. One of which, the first one, is what's behind the spreadsheet, kind of how my spreadsheets work. If you're curious, if you're a spreadsheet nerd, maybe you're not. If you're not, you can check out this one. This is the one that the gentleman just asked for, how YieldMax funds work. This one's a year old. I know I need to update it, but I think it's still pretty relevant. I assume a year ago I knew what I was talking about. I don't know. I don't try to watch my videos. You guys have to tell me if it's still relevant. And then, of course, if you like to learn how to trade options, I have my latest whiteboard video there. Yes, I know that needs to be updated too. And then more shameless plugging here for membership options. This is only if you want to support the channel, any further. Okay, that's up to you. But anyway, this description, it's under every video. So it'll be under this video, or to be under like the last, however many videos, probably the last 30 or 40 videos at least. I've had the same description. So go check it out. All right. All right. Anyway, so we're here for the Monday recap, right? So what do we do on the Monday recap? We talk about kind of where we stand heading into the week, like what's our covered calls. I assume you guys can hear me, by the way. I didn't even check. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter. Brother AB, of course, confirmed. You can always rely on Brother AB. So yeah, welcome YouTube and Twitter peoples. So this is the MSTY file. As usual, we cover MSTY first because MSTY's the GOAT. Yes, it is. I know PLTY and YieldMax, they're catching up. They're right behind it. But, MSTY's been out there a long, long time. So one thing I want to look at real quick, just check out the IV. It's looking to be at 54% currently. Again, that's a big jump from Friday. So that's pretty good. That's a good start, right? MSTR funds. This is real quick update. I did add MST back to the party, and I did add who runs each fund. So you know what? Again, anything that covers MSTR, any type of options, type ETF, it's going to be on here, and we'll just compare it, day in and day out, because why not, right? Why not? So again, we got MST now. We got MSTW, which I have been told it's launching this week. So hey, it's going to be a good old party. Reaction, I didn't update it, but yeah, we're trying to make bank, bro. And that's for next week, because next week is declaration week for Group D, right? July 30th. All right, payment info. Again, this is just kind of where we stand. For MSTY, what's our guesstimate? Why is this not? It shows 0. Is it actually at 0? I don't even know. But anyway, our guesstimate is kind of in this range, 91 cents to $1.74. But that'll get updated. Actually, before I get to the question, let me go to the, it's not up. Beautiful. Sometimes Google Sheets is mean, and you got to refresh. There you go. Okay. All right. So this is where we stand heading into the week. So let's see. MSTR closed on Friday, closed at 423.22. Our strike prices for the calls, covered calls, 6% to 12% out of the money. So, see, question what you say. MSTW, I believe, is launching this week, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I thought someone said that. So yeah, so our highest strike price is 475, which is freaking awesome, and our lowest is 450. So they are scattered to do, and yeah, I think they're ready. But let's go check out the pre-market. pre-market shows MicroStrategy, holy ads, and it's up 1.96% on this Monday morning. I mean, everything is looking pretty green today, to be honest. So it's looking like a good day. But we'll see, man. Again, early in the week, we got 5 full trading days. Nothing to really get too excited about. But let's take a look here. Again, MSTY, they're holding 5 synthetic positions. Between the 5 of them, it's worth $1.85 per share. The total value, though, if you're wondering, is 474 mil, which is, yes, bank bro. The value of the MSTY fund, the OM, is 5.5 bill. The NAV is 21.51. Closing trade price on the Friday, again, 21.68. Oh, yeah, this is some good info, too. The total synthetic contracts that they're holding is 130,000. They're only selling calls on 98,000. So, you know, that's only 75%. So 25% is going to move exactly, well, not exactly, almost 1 for 1 with the underlying. No cappity doodah. So if MSTR decides to go to the moon, 25% will go with it. And then the other is, you know, dependent on the covered calls, you know, the various positions that they do have. All right. IMST, where do they stand heading into the week? Again, they decided to sell their covered calls way out. They said, you know what, screw July, we're going to August. So August 15th, they are scattered, right? The lowest strike, 475, 12% out of the money, and they go all the way up to 510, 20% out of the money. So I think they're positioned pretty nice. Again, is that the way to capture the most premium that you can? I mean, it depends, man. It's, you know, again, I always say if you trade weekly, you can maximize the premium income. But hey, run the numbers. I don't know. You have to check for yourself. By the way, they're selling covered calls on 65%. So of course they could add more, you know, if they decide to. When do they declare? They declare this week on July 24th, which I believe is the Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, MS2, MS2, MS222, or MSII. What are they doing? Well, they're selling calls on 50% of their fund, as they should, and one position 8.78% out of the money. All right, easy enough, right? And they declare weekly, so obviously nothing new there. MST, again, this is we're still probably only going to cover this once a week because they're, you know, it's just a lot going on here, man. They got freaking swaps. They got this, that, the other thing. But yeah, but their calls are what? They expire Friday, 4, 6, and 11% out of the money. We'll see how they do. But again, they got a lot of leverage in this fund. All right, so I did have a question, I think. Let me scroll down if I can find it. Wow, we went through a lot of questions so far. Will you show the sum of funds screen for group? Funds screen for each group ABCD on a Saturday, Sunday video. Just scroll through each so I can screenshot to see which funds are making bank or losing money. Okay, so I guess what he's saying is on this tab, the group's value, he wants me to go through and explain how much each one is earning, which we can do. And I'll do that after I go through the other funds real quick. How does that sound? Does that sound good to you peoples? Right now, there's, again, it's early. I know it's early. It's like 6:10 a.m. But there's between YouTube and X, we have 303 people. So not bad. And good morning to you all. Thank you for being here. I'm having my coffee, a second cup, and I got on a little heater here, and it's working, I think. Yep, it is. It's still hot, so that's good. If you're like me, you can only drink your coffee burning hot. You know, God forbid it become a little cold. Nope. Got to heat it up, throw it back in the microwave. But I finally got like this little coffee heater thing, and it actually kind of works. All right, so up next is your boy TSLY. So, okay, TSLY heading into this week, they have strike prices from 345 all the way up to 357.50. That's 4 to 8% out of the money. So if we go to the pre-market, we want to check, you know, what's it doing? I know yesterday I saw some posts on X that it was moving, man. It was moving. But again, they got earnings this week, so who the hell knows what's going to happen? It's moving, but it's not moving that much. It's up 1.43%. It's at 334.37. Okay, lowest strike price 345, so still good. But they also have critical call spreads. And again, or people call this insurance. People call this buddies, right? But basically, it's there for their protection in case they get blown through. And it's possible to get blown through on earnings week. Or they may just tank and fall back down, and then we'll be playing catch up again. But we'll see, man. We shall see. As far as these synthetics, are they making bank? Well, pretty much. The synthetics are 290, but they expire not even in August. They expire in September. So again, we gotta look out for that, man. But if you're curious, the synthetic is worth 151 mil. That comes to $1.02 per share. The value of TSLY fund is 1.1 bill. The NAV sits at 804, trade price around the same. 30-day IV, 54%. IV estimate based on that, 34 cents. Income estimate, negative, unfortunately. Group A declares in 16 days. Okay? Because again, we got Group C this week, Group D next week, and then we start over in Group A. It's like it's the vicious cycle, right? But it's fun, man. It's fun. I think we're all having fun with it. All right. Up next, your boy NVDY. Yo, what's up, NVIDIA nerds? Anyway, again, this buy call, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right. It's going to expire. It expired Friday, actually. It's just going to drop off on tomorrow's download. So basically, we have 3 strikes. We have a 175, which is 1.5% out of the money. Well, that's a little tight. And then we have a 180, and that's 4.4% out of the money. Well, that's the highest, right? And then in the middle, we got a 2.95% out of the money, but I don't know, man. This is rather tight. If you look at the pre-market, again, I think everything is green, so it doesn't fare well for these strikes. Also, Nvidia, again, this is like earnings time, so who the hell knows if Nvidia has earnings coming up. Is there like an earnings? Nah, there's nothing easy on here that would say when earnings is there? Nah, I don't feel like looking it up. But Nvidia is up 0.37%. It's at 173. So yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. That's all I can say. You know, it's a long week, so we'll see. So as those are the calls. Let's look at the synthetic. They got a 165 and a 170. How they doing? Well, not bad. Not bad at all, man. So it's it's gonna be a good one. But we'll see, man. The value of Nvidia is growing. It's almost $2 billion. It's at 1.8 bill. The NAV is 1689. Trade price the same. Synthetic on paper, 68 mil. That's what it's worth. 62 cents per share. 30-day IV is kind of low. It's kind of weak sauce, so maybe they don't have earnings coming up anytime soon. But they're again, it's 33%. IV estimate based on that, 44 cents. Income estimate, yeah, that's right. 262, son. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe in miracles? No, seriously. This is how much they made during this 4-week cycle per share. I mean, is that not wonderful? If they paid it, that would be a 201% yield, and that would cause all kinds of chaos in the dividend investing world. But they're not going to pay that, so don't worry. By the way, Group B, they got some time. They got 23 days until they declare again on August 13th. All right. Sound good? Great. All right. Up next, you know who's up. Can you guess? Guys, if you never watch Coneheads, seriously, go watch it. And then you'll know, okay, we are all Coney heads here. So yeah. Oh, I got a question. I got a video question. Let me pull it up. If you were to add another YieldMax ETF to your options trading, which would it be to my options trading? Well, none of them are worth a damn when it comes to options trading, except MSTY. I haven't checked the chart on PLTY. I assume this is what you're talking about, like trading options on a YieldMax fund. PLTY, and I don't know if any of the others are really worth it, to be honest. So MSTY's the only one I would really consider, but I don't know. Have any of you traded any others? I don't think I don't think the charts are really worth it. The premium's worth it. If that's what you're asking. If not, please clarify. All right. So, CONY. All right. Again, if you are a CONY investor, you are a CONY head. I'm sorry to say. I mean, so, run with it. Okay. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Anyway, so obviously they have covered calls this week. Their lowest strike is 440, 4%, 4.8% out of the money. Not bad. Their highest strike is 470. That's 11.96% out of the money. So they are what? Skittery-doo. And yeah, they're positioned pretty well, actually, I would say. But of course, yeah, we have market watch up. So what do? We're going to look up CONY Head's friend, Mr. Coin himself. Coinbase, your favorite crypto app that charges high-ass fees, ridiculous fees. But they're up 1.82%. Not bad. That's a lot, actually. 427, but again, they are pretty scattered to do. And their first one is 440. So that's still safe for now. It's a long week ahead. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Anyway, moving on to their synthetic. They have a 390 synthetic position that expires next month. Less than a month away, actually. And it's doing well because, again, coin is at 419. So, yeah, man. Yeah. I got to sneeze. My bad. All right. Anyway, the value of CONY is 1.4 bill. The NAV is 1028, and the trade price is 1032. All right. Synthetic value on the paper is worth 107 mil. Thank you, OB and TNA and MIGs. So it's worth 77 cents per share if they cash it out. Again, as of now. So that's a great spot to be in. They don't need to do it. The 30-day IV of coin is 69%. IV estimate based on that is 55 cents. Income estimate, $1.33. So they already made $1.33. If they paid that, it would be 167% yield. But guess what? They're not paying that. So we have to now guess what they're going to pay because they declare in 2 days. On Wednesday, they declare what they're going to pay, 6:55 a.m. Yes, I'll go live Wednesday morning for the announcements. I'll do my typical video update, and then we'll do the announcements together. Why the hell not? Because I'm off this week. Woohoo! Yeehaw! Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, anyway, I did my guesstimate video yesterday. I will pin it to the top of the comments in case you want to watch it again, and then again, and then again, and then again. And then, yeah, we'll see what they pay Wednesday, and we'll go from there. If I'm wrong, it must be someone else's fault, right? No, again, who cares? Who cares, right? It's just fun. We're having fun here. We don't care. All right. Anyway, SMCY. How you doing? How you doing? Again, if you own SMCY, you are an SMCY sucker. All right. That's the name we gave them. Whether you like it or not, don't worry about this little gray item. He's going to drop off today. But as far as covered calls are concerned, they got three. They got a 55, 56, 58, 6, 8, and 12% out of the money, which is not bad. Not bad, honestly. 5 trading days to go. Let's go, baby. But let's check the pre-market because we know SMCI can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I. All right, let's see. Oh, that's not flying, but it is up. It's up 0.73%. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, again, let's see. Let it happen. All right, let it happen. All right, let's see. Synthetic wise, what do we got? We got a 45. It expires less than a month. Okay, we're doing good because SMCI is at 51. But how much is the synthetic worth? It's worth $39 million. All right, 39 million. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take 39. I'll take one of those. Anyway, that comes to 277 per share on the paper. That's freaking beautiful, actually. The value of the SMCI fund is 294 mil. The NAV 2078. Trade price around the same, 2082 or so. 30-day IV is 73%. Again, is a sweet ass IV. IV estimate based on that, $1.17. Income estimate, unfortunately, negative, sir. But if they cash out that synthetic, oh yeah, we'll be singing. All right. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a sip of coffee. All right. Anyway, what do we got here? We got about 469, but who's counting? Again, I know it is early. I don't know if I'm going live all week at 6, maybe 6:30. We'll see. We'll see. Today's 6, because I need to get my ass. I'm going to go for a nice run on the boardwalk. But we'll see, man. Again, a Group D declares in 9 days on July 30th. So, yeah, watch out for that. All right, let's go to PLTY. Oh, my God. Oh, no. All right, let's hit refresh. Here we go. Well, that didn't work. Okay. Okay. Let's try again. Refresh. Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. Let's go back to the video question. He asked me if I can cover it on a weekend, but you know what? It's the Monday recap. On the Monday recap, we kind of just do whatever. We just chill. We talk about updates, and we do whatever. So I'm going to start with Group A. All right. So again, if you guys are wondering what the hell all this is, like what is Group's value tab? Basically, I have been tracking the trades since March 19th. Yes. Oh, wait, maybe no, March 19th is the earliest. I've been downloading all of them. Yeah, this file's going to blow up soon, so I should probably put this in a separate file. But what I do is I filter out the new, how much each fund is making as of the Monday of the declaration week. And then I restart the clock. So for Group A, they last declared the week of July 7th, right? So that's when I start the new clock. And I pull this information all the way up until August 1st, which should be the Friday before the next declaration week. All right. Does that make sense? And how these numbers pull, if they are of a negative value, that would be to a credit, right? A credit. So that's income. If they are a positive value, that's a debit, which means they lost. It's a loss. So as you can see, like OARC, for example, they have made 12.2 million. I don't show the outstanding shares, so you can't see how much that is per share, but I will add it. Give me a second. All right. So, wow. Look, see, like OARC's doing really good. They made $1.37 per share. All right. So this is kind of like what the whole point of this. And I think it's useful information, like TSMY. I mean, they're doing good too, 11 million. So let's see how, we'll plug in the outstanding shares and we'll see what they made per share. Wow. Ooh, if you own TSMY, look out, man. They made $2.84 per share, aka Bank Bro, aka yeehaw. All right. So again, going down the line, no one else except YBIT made income, so we'll cover YBIT as well. Where the hell's YBIT? How does YBIT not here? Oh my God, it's all the way over here. Okay, so I gotta move it down. YBIT has to go. I have everything color coded here. So yellow is Group A. There's YBIT. There you go. Okay. All right, let me go back. All right, so YBIT did make 80 cents per share, if that helps. All right, does that make sense? Any questions on the live chat? I know we got 511 people here, but again, what we're doing is we're going through whoever asked the question. Actually, did I even say his name? Sorry if I didn't say your name, man. Jay Wants Out asked the question. So maybe this was Jay Pestricelli. Maybe he's asking me the question. Obviously not, I'm kidding. But, he's asking the question of, what can you go through this? Can you go through the group's value? And since it's the Monday recap, we can. So we'll go through this. We'll check PLTY again. If PLTY's not updated, then we'll say, all right, screw you, PLTY, and we'll move on to my options coverage. All righty. I don't see many X comments. Any people on X want to throw in a comment? And again, we just want to make sure it's working. We're new to this whole X broadcast, simulcasting. with YouTube and all that jazz. But yeah, welcome all. All right, now we're going to look at Group B. So typically, obviously, the launch, their Monday would start 7 days after Group A's. Obviously, it's a week later. So if we look here, like who's making money? Phoebe's the next one. These are losses because it's positive. Phoebe's making about $1 million. So if we look at the outstanding shares of Phoebe, 9 cents per share. So that's nothing to that's nothing. So it's not even talk about it. GDXY 504,000, which also looks like nothing, but let's just see what it comes to. It all depends on the outstanding shares. That's 7 cents per share. So yeah, man, it's not a lot, but it is what it is. But Nvidia, as we said, 262, right? That should have been the number that we talked about on the income, right? So if we go back here on the bottom, right? Remember this number, 262? That's where we pull it from. All right, so obviously NVIDIA's doing very, very well. Now, Group C, again, we kind of covered this on yesterday's guesstimate video, and it's already filled in because I needed it to be filled in. But you could see a lot of Group C is whooping ass. They're doing really good. And I'll go down the line. ABNY, they made $1.17 per share. AMDY, they made $2.02 per share. CONY made $1.33 per share. HUI made 13 cents per share. But as we know, they're holding back some serious bank on the synthetic. MSFO, 196 per share. And PP, wait, why didn't I update Netflix? That's a problem. That is a problem. Really? Oh my God. Which one's the outstanding shares? Is it K? I think it's K. Well, I didn't. That's the thing. I think I did update it, but actually, let me undo this. Yeah, it was updated. Okay. Whatever, man. All right. And PP, yeah, so we covered PP. All right. Last but not least, Group D, which, again, we don't have to talk about Group D till next week, but, it's coming up, so why not? All right. AMZY looks like, holy crap, 45 million. I mean, holy moly. Oh my God. Look at AMZ. AMZ is taking names, man. Holy crap. 253 per share. Are you kidding me? Anyone own AMZ here? I mean, that looks like it's going to be a good payment. All right, let's go to DISO, your favorite theme park, right? Oh my God. Can it please update? Can something update today? All right. Well, whatever. It's not updated. Let's go to MSTY. Well, again, this should kind of match what I'm calculating, but where the hell is MSTY? It's not on this file, though. But yeah, we can go to. Yeah, we can't cross files, but 30 again. It's not going to be exact. 31.6 mil. We got 30. Yeah, I got 33 mil. See, it's not exact. So yeah, there was a bunch. There's some screw ups. So, and I don't know which is right, but what do we have? 31 versus what? 33. Whatever. All right. Oh, I hear the little one up. XYZY. Now this is some serious income here. So obviously this one's going to be a big one. I know that's what she said. Let's go. XY, where the hell are you? There you go. Wow. Okay. I mean, I hate this ticker. I really do. I don't even want to say it. It's just annoying. But they're making 331 per share. So whoever asked that, Jay Wants Out, I believe, asked it. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully you're watching now. I know you said you wanted it on a weekend video, but again, it's a Monday recap. We could do whatever we want, man. Whatever we want. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to my options trades, all right, which I don't have on this screen, unfortunately. How dare I? So what I'm going to do is pull it up. All right, here we go. Hello, options trades. All right, so again, for those of you new to the channel, what I do is I cover, what I'm trading on my own options. Obviously, yeah, we talk about YieldMax, but it's good to talk about, options trading in general because everyone should really learn it. I know some of you, you don't want to, you don't have the time. I get it, believe me, but you should at least try to learn it. Even if you're not going to utilize it, just try to understand it. So that's kind of what this file does. It kind of explains what it is. And this template is in my Discord if you're wondering about it. All right, so I don't think there's any questions related to options here. Nope, there's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to just head to, you know, the three funds that we trade options on. All right, let me take a sip of coffee. All right, we got 612 of you. I'm not sure how many on YouTube or how many on Twitter, but welcome. If you guys have questions, just type it in. I'll see it, and then we'll go through it. So right now, if you may recall, last week I sold a put on MSTY. I sold a put with an expiration date of 7/25, and the reason I chose that date is because the next ex-dividend date falls the week after. All right. Now, oh, I see a question. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Good morning, Rod. If you had 60K to deploy in YieldMax and would drip for 2 years before taking the dividend, how would you? Again, I have a different feeling on that. You know, if I'm not using the fund for 2 full years, is that what you said? Yeah, 2 years. I would just invest in like a growth stock, like the underlying, like, right? So I would just invest in MSTR. I would just invest in Tesla, for example. It depends like what fund you believe in. I would not invest in a income fund and just set it to drip. I would just invest in the actual underlying and hold it for 2 years and let it grow. All right. But again, the reason these are income funds. So to me, these are for now. You know, I use them because I use the income now. I use it to pay my bills. So again, I'm not of the mindset that I'm going to buy these and just set it all to auto drip, right? Because if I don't need the income, then why not just buy the underlying, right? I don't know. And maybe, again, maybe a mix is good too. Like buying some Mr. and MSTY, buy and hold, set it to auto drip, fine. I can understand that. But I'm just, again, that's at least my feeling on it. I'm not sure if that helps you, but anyway, let's get to it. So sorry for the interruption, but so what's MSTY at actually? Let's pull it up. All right, so right now in the pre-market, it is at 21.92. It's up 1.11%. Okay, so I sold the put at 22. So basically, what happens is if MSTY is below $22 on Friday, I'll get assigned, and I will own 100 shares at $22, which would cost me $2,200. So since I sold a put at the 22 strike and it's pending, I had to put up $2,200 collateral. So that amount is being withheld, essentially on hold on the account. And for that, what did I get? I got 42 cents per share, 100 shares, 42 bucks. So basically, why did I do this? Again, like I said, MSTY is the only YieldMax ETF I do options on. But why not get paid a premium? Why not get paid $42 in order to buy the shares? Sure, I could just buy the shares, but you know what? Why not get paid to buy the shares? Why not? This yields me at 99%, right? The amount that they paid me based on how much I put up and the timeline, that's a 99% yield on an annualized basis. So why buy MSTY? If, again, assuming you could afford 100 shares, why buy MSTY outright if I could just sell a put on it, collect premium, and then again, if I get assigned, great. If not, you know what happens? Like if MSTY is above 22 on Friday, this 2,200, it gets released back to me. And you know what I could do? I could sell another put on MSTY, and I could keep repeating it until I actually get assigned. And then guess what? If I get assigned, great. I have 100 more shares of MSTY that I can get paid a massive distribution on. But until then, I mean, I'm getting a pretty sweet yield selling puts on it, right? About the same. about the same as, you know, the MSTY yield approximately. So again, I hope that makes sense. I know a lot of people say, oh, don't sell options on MSTY, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, hey, let them. If they don't want to do it, fine. I'm going to do it. And guess what? I'll sell calls if I can too. But right now, I'm looking to, again, add a little more MSTY to the account. Right now, I have 500 shares in this particular account. In fact, I have 500 in the other account, and I did the same exact put on that account. The only difference is I got 40 cents per share because I did a little after. I got 42 cents on this one, 40 on the other. So either way, that way, if I get a sign on both, I have now 1,200 shares total. All right. So again, that's kind of, you know, how I buy MSTY. Anyway, let's move on to my actual options plays. Again, I trade two ETFs really, and it's TSLL and it's TNA. All right. TSLL is a double leveraged fund of Tesla. So if Tesla moves 5% today, if it goes up 5%, TSLL will typically move up around double that. So say 10%, you know, plus or minus. But you know, if Tesla goes down, say 10%, guess what? We're going down 20%. So that's the risk versus reward. And at the same time, since it moves double, guess what? The implied volatility, that's double. So that means we're going to get double the premium. So if you trade options on Tesla, yeah, they pay sweet premium. But you know what? TSLL pays even sweeter premium. So if you're willing to take that risk, oh man, it is a great freaking ETF to trade with. All right. So anyway, I got a lot of action this week. 725 is a big day. So what do I got? I got 3 puts. All right. So I got a 12. I got a 10 and I got another 12. All right. So let's see kind of where we stand. Again, it's earnings week, so anything can happen. Let's see. All right. So we are at 1278. We're up. Wow. We're up 3% in the pre-market. Okay. So since we are above all of these strike prices, we're looking to be rather safe on the put side. But again, don't take that seriously because we have earnings and anything can happen with earnings. And then we have 3 covered calls. We have a 14, we have a 11, and then we have a 15. So obviously, if we go back here, the 11 is in danger, clearly. But that was, if you have been following me, that was one of my DGM plays that I did. I sold a put and I sold a call in the money. Obviously, one of them was going to go south, and the call is the one getting beat up now, which is okay because I knew one of them, you know, was going to get beat unless we traded flat, which we did not. We've been heading upwards. So the $11 is the only one in danger. The 14 and 15 could be in danger if we have a great earnings call and Tesla goes up. But again, we'll see. And since TSLL is up in the pre-market, I'm guessing we're going to open up. So what I'll do is I'll sell more calls. All right. Right now I own 700 shares of TSLL. As you saw up above, I have 3 covered calls. So obviously that's 300 shares worth. So 400 I have left over, essentially no calls on. So I could do 4 contracts if I wanted to for this week. I think earnings is the Wednesday. So if I could do, I'll do 1 today, 1 tomorrow, maybe 2 today, actually. Monday, I usually do more trades on the Monday. All right. Is this for me? You answered the 60K question. That means you suggest invest up to, I'm not sure that's for me. I guess, yeah, everyone's talking amongst each other. All right, let me keep going. So that's TSLL. Again, it's a fresh new week. So we'll see how it goes. We're trading options. We're having fun. It is fun. Believe it or not, it is fun. TNA is the other options ETF I trade. TNA is a 3x leverage fund on the Russell 2000. So they move 3 times what the Russell does. You know, not just 2, 3. And no, you cannot have any more 3x funds. This one is grandfathered in. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Anyway, so what am I doing? I got a call and I got a put. Pretty simple, right? Actually, before I talk about them, let's pull up them in the pre-market and see how they doing. All right, so TNA, they are up 1.66%. They're at $36.85. All right, I have a call at 35. Clearly, that is in danger. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, it's in the money. Nothing you could do. If it gets called away, so be it. Then I have a put 34. Actually, this one, oh yeah, that was a one I was screwed on, and I pushed it back to 815. So hey, let it be, let it be. All right, and then I have a put here. This one actually expires on Friday, $34. But again, if we see where TNA is at, it's at 36, so that's not in danger at all. So I got a couple options here. If I scroll down, you can see I own 300 shares of TNA. Only 100 has the covered call. So I have 200 I could still do covered calls on. And of course, you could always sell puts depending on your cash position, how much collateral you hold, or if you have margin. You could always sell puts and make more income. But again, the goal for this week, as was last week and the week prior, is to make $389. All right. It's pretty simple. And I'll explain it in case you're wondering why I come up with that number. It's basically, I have a set goal each month, and it starts here on the Retire Now spreadsheet. My goal for the month of July is simple, $2,173. And that's based on a 50% yield on the capital presented, right here, 52,000. Right now, I'm actually capital head. But again, with these types of funds, you never know. That can go back down as fast as it went up. So this is the goal, 2,173. So if I go back here, I take that number, I subtract out what I made on MSTY already for the month, and that comes to a $1,554 goal, which is all reliant on my options trading. So if I divide that number by 4, my goal is to make $389. So basically, again, I want to yield 50% on my money, and that's through two different things, MSTY, and it's through options trading. Obviously, yes, I do trade options on MSTY, so at the same time, MSTY is technically paying me a premium as we go, but hopefully that makes sense. And then, this kind of it goes down. I have this down pretty far. You can see eventually my income goal, again, if the market crashes, it crashes, then we'll reset. But this is showing at least in 2030, I'll be making 13,000 a month. Hopefully I'll make that well before, but that's just what this comes to. And keep in mind, by the way, $1,300 is coming directly out of this account on the 1st of every month because the mortgage gets paid. As mentioned, these funds, I buy these funds to pay my bills. My job does not pay my bills. My brokerage pays my bills. Almost every single bill. I'm working on a few more. If these, if the freaking town can get updated with the electronic status of payments, who mails a check anymore? But seriously, but yeah. So that's why obviously I have 1,300 coming out each month. But again, if I'm making 2,100, for example, 1,300 is nothing. We'll still have plenty left over to reinvest, and we can hit our goals each and every month. Which our end goal is really to retire, live off this income, retire early, not retire when you're old and your 401k says you're allowed to, or your Social Security numbers say you're allowed to, right? If it's up to Social Security, you're working till 62 at a minimum, right? That's what they want you to do, right? Just work. When you turn 18 or no, 16, you get a job, you work until you're 62, and then we'll give you some money based on how much you paid us. And by the way, the investment rate or the actual how they invest it, don't even get me started. I did make a video on that too, by the way, on the whole Social Security, the whole thing. I did pretty good on it, and that video did not do good. But if you're curious on that video, it's old and it's on my chalkboard video, which was in my old house. Go check it out. Seriously, you may enjoy it. But long story short, forget about it. Don't think about Social Security at all. Don't even make it a blip on your radar. Whenever you turn 62 and it comes, fine. just use it, cash it out, apply for it, get it, whatever. You need to worry about how you can produce a passive income, an income outside of working a full-time job. Like, what is it? What is an alternative? How can you replace that so you can actually, do what you want? Maybe retire, or maybe just work part-time. Think about alternatives. And I think, like I was saying at the panel, it basically, funds like this have now made it kind of an option. Like, there are options now that you can retire early. Obviously, options trading, gives you that option too. But yeah, anyway, I know I'm going off on a rant here, but hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, so obviously that's why I come up with the 50%, and my goal is $389 per week. All right. And right now, yeah, only the mortgage comes out of this account. Will there be other bills? Most of my other bills come out of the dividend car account. But yeah, so, and that'll be updated at the end of July. But yeah. All right. So that's the update on the options trades. I think that's it. Again, I'm going to go back to, let's go to here. Let's see if you guys have any questions on the chat. Take a sip of coffee. Again, if you're on Twitter, aka X, of course, or YouTube, let me know if you have a question and I'll bring it up on the video. I'll scroll back, see if anyone had a question before. I don't want to go too far. Thoughts on MST for the 3 weeks between MSTY payouts as a rotational play? I mean, again, it depends. MST it's a leverage fund, so it's going to move up or down 1.5 or 2x, I believe, whatever MSTR does. So if you need the money on a weekly basis versus every 4 weeks, then yeah, I mean, you got to figure out something. But of course, there's other funds now, right? If you look at this list here, I mean, look who we have: Defiance, well, MST, which you mentioned, but also MS2 is weekly, and now Roundhill MSTW is weekly. So there's a couple alternatives there. MST would be the higher risk play, but obviously it is a play, and it's paying pretty damn good, actually. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's see if there's any other questions. Teach me the wheel, says TNA. I mean, again, I have a plan to do an options trading whiteboard series. This is not anytime soon, so please don't hold me to that. But I'm starting to write it up, and again, I'll do, I don't know. Let's just say it'll happen over the year. But yeah, I'm going to do an options trading series, starting with the basics, and then I'll kind of eventually get into my strategy in general. And hopefully it'll help people. For now, just check out that link I showed you in the beginning. That's under the description of every video. All right. What else we got? All right. Anyone that is live, we have 776 people. Between the two, ask a question now, because we're about to end the video. We're 49 minutes in. Typically, we do like an hour lately. But again, the Monday recap is really just about kind of whatever. We do the update, and then we do whatever. I know some complain about the longer videos, but hey, it's fun, man. It's fun, isn't it? All right, I don't see 159 on YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. Go on YouTube and search options trading. There's a ton of videos. I doubt I would even come up on that search, but there's a lot of, there's so many videos. It's not even, it's crazy. I forget the one guy who I actually like, but if I think of his name, I'll let you know. But Some people, there's a creator for everyone. That's what I always say. Not everyone speaks the same language. Some people, they use these big words. Ulti. Annie asks about Ulti. I mean, I am working on a retire on Ulti video. It's gonna take me, I don't know. I have to get it done this week. I'm off from work this week. I'm gonna try to get this done. But again, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it as of the prospectus change, which was 1017. But Ulti was at $10 at that time, right? And now it's at what, 641. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm gonna do a retire on Ulti video. I think it's gonna be good. Obviously, here's some historical data jumping ahead, kind of like what they've been paying when they started weekly, they paid 10 cents. That was the first payment. And they paid 9, 10, 11. They're pretty consistent with their weekly payment. This fund is, I can see, obviously it's becoming more popular, and the consistency of the payment is a big part of it, right? So if it could stay in the $6 range and pay 10 cents, 9 cents, it's going to be solid. But again, I'm going to run through, make an Ulti video, how to retire an Ulti video. I'll try to get it out this week for you guys. All right. So stay tuned for that. NEL. All right. Hopefully you enjoy that video. I haven't done really an extra video in a long time. I'm interested in your options. Yeah, it's my school. I'll have a physical location. I'll rent out a building, and we'll have like a big class. Would you guys attend that? Imagine that. That would be freaking awesome. I'll need someone to teach with me though. All right. Will Misty drips ever make more money than the underlying? I mean, sure, on the short term. In the long term, I mean, no, there's no way. Because again, it's a covered call fund. Of course, it's going to be capped. So, but short term, absolutely. Misty always beats MSTR. Not always, but a lot of the times it is beating MSTR, on the short term. Ignoring the distribution, of course. Coaching, yes. I'm going to start doing coaching. 1 hour, I think. Whoever's interested. I don't know how I'm gonna have signups. Again, I gotta get with it. I gotta start doing it, because once I start that, maybe that'll help me, to retire sooner too. Are you willing to share your retirement spreadsheet? I assume you mean this tab, the retire now. That's in the Discord as well. Go to Discord under spreadsheets. Everything I share is there. All right. If it's not there, then I don't share it. I'm willing to share almost everything except the Misty daily spreadsheet and the one where I do my guesstimates. Okay. ETF Inspector is the daily Ulti guru. Yes, he is, and he's been very consistent. So shout out to him. Go give him a follow, man. He's sometimes you see YouTubers pop up and they're just there to try to, become big, and they're not good people. But you could just tell this dude, from day one, he was asking me questions, being, respectful, and he's very consistent, hard worker. I love to see that. So please give him a follow, ETF Inspector. I think he left before. Sounds like your options video will come out by the time I retire in 2 years, and I'll have the time to learn. So perfect. All right. Or again, I can do like I said, this coaching thing, quote unquote coaching. It could be about anything. We could talk about options. We could talk about how YieldMax funds work. We could talk about 401ks. You can hear me bitch about 401ks. I don't know. But I don't know who would be interested in that. That's the thing. Let's see. 2 years is long term. Yeah, man, if you're still working. Yes, there are, TNA. Thank you. What could disrupt the Ulti train? Well, I mean, a lot of things, right? Like, again, keep in mind the funds that they invest in, super, super high risk, right? Like who we got? Who we got in this degenerate club here? Upstart. I'm not worried about Tesla. Super microcomputer can have another audit issue. But again, they buy puts, so they are protected on the downside. But again, if 2, 3, 4 of these have bad news, you know, their puts only protect so much. So yeah, absolutely, they can get hurt. And it could, you know, but so far so good, man. As long as Misty pays more than 110, we are good. And we're good no matter what, man. Even if it paid 90 cents, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Any leads to paid partnerships on your channel? One that I'm actually listening to. The problem is I get a lot of emails and things I never heard of. I finally found one that kind of makes sense for my channel, so I'm working on it. But I'm really, you know, I'm waiting to hear back from some person who I met in New York to help me out with that. All right. Health and Wealth is awake. Good morning. All right, just going through the comments, just about finishing up here. Yep, black coffee. LA's still here. All right. Don't forget his video at 7:30 a.m. You know, I'm always jealous. I see LA, he posts his video the night before. I'm like, damn, you know, he's good. But I'm sure obviously he's doing work to either now or later on today, posting his new video, because he edits his videos. His videos are much more advanced than mine. Mine, I hit record, I talk, and I post, and that's really the extent of it. I don't think I ever want to edit, to be honest. You know, I think once I have to do that type of work, maybe it's not as fun. I don't know, but that's kind of how my channel is, and hopefully it could stay that way, right? Let's have a slow but steady week. Yep. I drink coffee and a Bud Light. Bud Light, come on, man. Cebu City. I don't know. Philippines, man. Everyone goes to the Philippines. Posted our new video last night too. I think it's the first time we finished that early. Yeah, it's good to be done early, but unfortunately, I don't know, the way I have mine set up, I have to do them in the, like right before they post to make it relevant. Got to edit and upload the night before. Yeah, so you're busy, man. Well, Sunita, just click on his name and then hit view channel. Same with Mig's room. Although actually, no, his channel is probably not linked to that. But Mig's and LA, just put your links in the chat. Yeah, he has all kinds of chops, but yeah, he's entertaining. It's a fun, you know, think about an appliance YouTube channel, right? How boring that may be to some. It's not boring with LA. Like even if you don't want to see appliances, he's entertaining, right? It's kind of like what I do when I pull up spreadsheets. Like who the hell wants to look at spreadsheets every day? Seriously. So I try to make it a little exciting, right? Entertaining as we go. But yeah, he makes washers and dryers exciting, believe it or not. But my favorite episode is the boneyard cleanup. It's been a while, LA. You got to get with it. Come on. I'm still waiting for my live episode. Either all about LA appliance or a live boneyard cleanup. That would be pretty sweet. All right. So we're about an hour in. We have 888 people between the two platforms. And yeah. Oh, by the way, LA appliance guy, he has almost 5,000 subscribers, I believe, right? You're almost at 5,000. So we got to give him 5,000 before probably, I don't know. Soon. All right. So what else we got? We got any other questions? I know we're just yip yapping today. Yip yapping, just hanging out. Like I said, I need to go for a long ass run. After this, maybe 5 miles, 6 miles. We'll see. Oh wow, he's got 4,760 subscribers. So we'll get him on 5,000. We'll work on you next, Migs Room. Yeah, well, once you get to 1K, obviously that's one of the requirements to be monetized, man. So all right, so I guess we're done, man. Unless there's anything else. But like I said, look out for an ulti video this week. Also look out for a live. I'm probably going live every day this week because I took off this week. I was gonna really be away, but I'm not. I'm gonna stay home. Because I don't know why not, right? We have these homes, we don't freaking use them. Might as well use them, right? Take a homecation. That's what you should do. Plus, it's cheap, right? Anyway, guys. So yeah, this week look out for 6 a.m. and 6:30 lives. So again, if you have questions or think about questions, we'll try to address them towards the end of the videos. Or if you have suggestions on anything additional to cover at the end of any video, let me know. All right, you can let me know in advance too. Also, I think I took a poll yesterday, and the poll said pre-recorded, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind. But again, if I'm off for the week, I'm probably gonna do mostly live streams because it means I can sleep a little later. All right. So hello from Australia. Hello, CBTV. That sounds like a YouTube channel. Yes, staycation. I mean, why not, right? Where do I gotta go? I mean, I am 10 minutes from the beach, so might as well try to get to the damn beach. But of course, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. This scrub right here is not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow and we will try our best. Tomorrow we're going for 1,000 live viewers between the two, and then we'll we'll have a big party. All right. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It helps the algorithms, right? Even on X, right? If you're watching this video on X, hit the like, right? Hit the like button and hit the retweet, right? The reshare, the repost, requote, whatever. Then that way it helps the channel grow. It helps spread the word that we're talking about this, that, the other thing, right? Makes sense? Anyway, oh yeah, at 40,000 subscribers, I'm going to start covering Hoi, in case you did not know. So that's up to you guys. Obviously, I think we're at 34 something. So if you keep sharing and sharing and sharing, obviously we'll hit that number sooner rather than later. All right. That being said, I guess we're headed to the end. So now it's keyword time. So it's keyword. Who put Spatula? All right, this Spatula reposted the stream. Thank you, Spatula. So again, if you're on X like Spatula, feel free to retweet. All right. So what do we got? We got a keyword today. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to myself and everyone else that's here, you got to type in the keyword. The keyword is what? All right. Since 928 of you are still here, I think you guys are looking for staycation to be the keyword. So I guess that's what it is. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, we have a keyword. I know, a little corny, but it's a fun game. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it to myself and others, whether you're on X or YouTube, you have to type in the comments section staycation. Because when you take off work, think about it. If you take off work and every time you're going away, when do you actually enjoy your home? When do you enjoy where you live? Think about that, right? So it's always good to have a staycation, as they say, right? Because you take off work and you can actually enjoy where you live. You can enjoy your home that you spend all this freaking money on, property taxes on, right? you might as well enjoy it, right? Makes sense? I don't know. Makes sense to me. At least if you like where you live. If you don't like where you live, then that's another story. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm out of here. But like I said, the keyword today is staycation. And stay tuned for more videos this week. All of them will be live. And yeah, tell your friends as we continue to grow. And if you're just starting out, if you're just, creating a YouTube channel, or you're thinking about it, just do it, man. Just do it and come join the live, share it in the chat. We'll pull it up. We'll tell everyone else to share it and we'll help you grow. All right. Only if you're a good person, right? If you're not, then we'll know and then we won't share it. And then you're on your own. All right. CBTV. Is that a YouTube? Is that a YouTube CBTV? Like, do you have a YouTube? Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, does CBTV have a YouTube? I don't know. Join tomorrow and we'll check it out. But yeah, we'll go from there. I'm out of here. Have a great day, everyone. Peace.